Would you consider naming your daughter Jael? She's a prominent deliverer in the book of Judges. Now, Israel was a chronic covenant breaker. Judges record 6 cycles of this covenant breaking, organized into 4 different phases. First, rebellion. Israel did evil in the sight of the Lord, mainly idolatry. And second, retribution. Foreign powers like Canaan and Midian and Philistia plundered the nation. Third, rescue. Israel would cry out for deliverance, and God would raise up a judge to deliver them. And then fourth, relapse. After that deliverance, Israel relapsed back into sin like a dog returning to its vomit. Now the first 3 cycles, chapters 3 to 5, end with Deborah and Barak. Barak is listed in the Hall of Faith in Hebrews 11 verse 32. Now God raised the judge Deborah and the commander Barak to deliver Israel from Jabin, the king of Canaan. Sisera was his commander. Now Barak, under Deborah's command, routs Sisera's army, and Sisera flees to what he thinks is a friendly ally, Heber the Kenite. Jael, Heber's wife, is waiting. Now listen to what Judges 4 says about this warrior wife. Sisera said to Jael, "Please give me a little water to drink, for I am thirsty." So she opened a bottle of milk and gave him a drink. And then she covered him. And he said to her, "Stand in the doorway of the tent, and it shall be, if anyone comes and inquires of you and says, 'Is there anyone here?' that you shall say, 'No.'" But Jael, Heber's wife, took a tent peg and seized a hammer in her hand and went secretly to him and drove the peg into his temple. And it went through into the ground, for he was sound asleep and exhausted. So he died. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said to him, "Come, and I will show you the man whom you are seeking." And he entered with her, and behold, Sisera was lying dead with the tent peg in his temple. So God subdued on that day Jabin, the king of Canaan, before the sons of Israel. Through Jael, God subdued Canaan, the enemy of God's people. It brings to mind the most quoted verse in the Old Testament, Psalm 110, verse 1, which says, "The Lord said to my Lord, 'Sit at my right hand until I make your enemies your footstool.'" Well, based on his death, burial, resurrection, and ascension, Jesus is now sitting at God's right hand, as God the Father makes all his enemies, Satan and all of his earthly and heavenly minions, Christ's footstool. Jesus is the judge of judges, the ultimate deliverer from sin and retribution, the greater victor than Deborah and Barak, and yes, Jael. Jael, not a bad name for a daughter. Have a good day.